Foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. Yahawah is who the world ignorantly calls God in the name of his son, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ in the name of the Holy Spirit. I would also like to give a double honors unto my apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that have taught me this truth, and a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth unto the true and sincere brothers that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Until I say shalom. The retail apocalypse continues, all right? And even before, COVID, you had multiple stores closing down, all right? These big chain stores that, if they had 20 stores in your city, they downsized to 5. And those 5 stores are about to be none. And that's just an example, but this is the fast pace of really Babylon falling, America falling. Okay, and this article is just going to tell you, it's going to show you thousands upon thousands. I don't know if it's thousands, but it's hundreds of stores are closing, and that eventually is going to um it causes a reaction, a chain reaction to the people, where these people that once had jobs, whether they working there for 5 months or 5 years or 20 years, they're now looking for a job. All right, and these certain employers ain't going to pay them, but maybe a month of severance pay, if they can afford it. Okay, but things are getting bad here in Babylon. All right, you Israelites are going to catch the worst of it, because we're at the bottom. All right, the scripture says, the judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord. Uh, what is that? First Peter 4:17. So the Israelites are gonna catch the worst of it. Okay. This says Family Dollar has announced 677 stores closing this year. Walgreens is closing 259 stores. Big Lots is closing 360 stores. LL Flooring is shutting down entirely. All right, they used to be lumber liquidators. They shutting down. All right, so you have multiple stores just shutting down, and this is just to name a few. All right, so how much more to small businesses? These are big chains. All right, so the small businesses, they about to be out of there. All right, major retailers have announced 6,189 stores closures so far this year, already outpacing last year's total of 5,553, according to Coresight Research. Chains are on track to close the highest number of stores in 2024 than any year since 2020, when COVID-19 pandemic decimated the industry. And things are getting worse. Things are, you know, you it's you ain't going to heal Babylon. It's not going to get better. Everything is going to get worse here. And that's why the prophets, all right, through the spirit of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, are giving you this warning. All right, hey, stop putting your trust in Babylon. Yeah, if you have a job, thank the Lord that you still got one, but eventually that job that you're at, it may close down. They may go out of business. AI may take your job. That's the reality that you have to deal with. Okay? That everyone has to deal with that's living here in Babylon. Okay? Closure has picked up this year because the retail sector sugar high of 2021 and 2022, when consumers were snapping up new couches, televisions, and clothing, has ended. They got, Jake got all that stimulus money. Jake had all those PPP loans, so they were putting money into the economy. But hey, that money's dried up. All that PPP money is gone. All right, and hey, Esau may come after Jake said took that money. All right, but hey, we'll see. But but Babylon is falling. All right, and Jake is trying to hold on, thinking one of these candidates for president is gonna come and save you and bring you out of the fire. It's too late. It's too late for Babylon. Okay, it's too late for America. All right, let me scroll down a little bit more. There's a few more points in here I want to bring out. Sugar high is over. The rise in stores closures this year harkens back to the days prior to the pandemic, when the retailers were closing thousands of stores a year as online shopping grew rapidly. Online sales grew for roughly 6% of all retail sales in 2014 to 12% at the beginning of 2020. And of course, Amazon, they say it in here. Amazon is one of the big ones. Amazon and Walmart, they're just pretty much taking over uh, um, all the brick and mortar stores. All right, because you can go to your phone, click on something, and that should be there the next day. Okay. Let me see. Where does it say? It says, and let me see. Smaller discount retailers that cater to low and middle income shoppers are under the most pressure, particularly Walmart. Damn, it was like they had a list. But if you have eyes to see, you can see what the hell is going on. You can see what Esau's trying to do. Everything's going to be big. What is it? These big box stores where Costco's, Sam's Clubs, Amazon, Walmart's. All right, they're doing away with the small business, and they're doing away with um, some of these chain businesses. Okay, and this ultimately affects the job market. All right, so it ain't gonna be no job. Everyone's gonna be in there trying to fight for a part-time position. Okay, and then when those people that do get the jobs, and you're gonna have the people that don't, what are they going to do? They're going to resort to violence. All right, because it's going to be, hey, they still got to feed their families. They still got to get basic necessities, and it's only going to be a matter of time where people take matters into their own hands, where they're going to get tired of not having, and they're going to go out and get it, and that's when you're going to have violence in these streets. Okay, and that's going to be just on top of everything. Okay, even the people with jobs ain't going to have enough. All right, there's people that's working multiple jobs right now that still don't have enough to make it. Okay, what do? They eventually going to resort to violence. That's all. Hey, that's what's going to happen. Once these people begin to miss meals on a regular, you eating once a day, and then that once a day goes from once every 3 days, and then once a week. Shit, people going to lose it. All right, and that's why the prophets are here to warn you. Hey, when these times happen. All right, we're warning you that these calamities, these plagues are coming, sent from the Heavenly Father. When they happen, we can't be like the rest of this world. All right, that's when you have to put all your faith and trust and belief in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and trust in His word that He's going to deliver us in these times, that He's going to provide us with the necessities, the things that we need. All right, because multiple stores are going to shut down. All right, it's going to get crazy out here. All right, you got what they say, Denny's closing down. Ain't nobody eat no Denny's anyway, but still, Denny said this week it is closing 150 U.S. restaurants. You got all kind, man. So, and this is just going under the radar. No one's really talking about this. All right, this is not the average nigga. They'll just find something else. They think everything is all good. All right, our people have that normalcy bias attitude. Or it says Red Flocks, Roti, Tijuana Flats, Buco de Pepo, and other restaurant chains that filed for bankruptcy this year and closed hundreds of restaurants. Then he said this week it is closing 150 restaurants. So you see what's going on. You have to have eyes to see what the hell is going on here in Babylon. All right, and ain't no one's job safe. All right, a brother just sent I'm gonna see if I can send it. I'm gonna send it from my phone. A brother just sent this about Pepsi. Pepsi laid off damn near everybody at the everyone in their facility. All right, at some plant over in Chicago. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to my computer. Bear with me 1 second. See if it pops up. Here it goes. And these people are hurt. This is reality. All right, this is the harsh reality that's coming to all over Babylon. Let me see.
You are laid off effective immediately at this scale with no notice.
We're going to close the plant down. I've seen grown men cry. I've seen women cry.
Employees have
and these people are hurt because they thinking, I got a family to support. I have, certain responsibilities that I have, monthly responsibilities. What am I going to do? All right, because at the end of the day, our people don't got no savings. We ain't got 6 months, a year worth of savings. We live in check to check. Okay, and and without Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you're through. Okay, you are through. You ain't got a chance. You ain't got a shot out here. Okay, you don't. You may. You know. You may be all right for a minute, but you pretty much through. And of course, Esau is going to come with that the ultimate fixer, all right, which is that MOTB to make everything all right. But that's going to, you take that MOTB, you really through. All right, so let me play a little bit more of this because this was cold, man, and it's showing you the reality. Esau don't give a shit. Man, you thinking everything is good and at your job, and you done got a promotion, and and next thing you know, you go up there, your ass is fired. Not necessarily fired, you laid off, and the whole plant closed down. They can't do nothing. They couldn't transfer none of that.
The abrupt decision as a gut-wrenching shock.
I'm emotional right now. Don't want to break down.
Daryl Smith showed up to work at the PepsiCo plant on 51st Street in back of the yards on Monday morning, just like he had for the last 29 years.
Yeah, it's just messed up on the way they did it.
But the forklift operator and union steward soon learned he and 78 other workers were being let go. PepsiCo announced that their Southwest Side facility is now closed due to what the company calls physical limitations. PepsiCo released a statement acknowledging that the decision to close the 51st Street plant was difficult, but that it met all applicable legal requirements. Employees will receive their full
And when Esau does these things, they do it with all the so-called repercussions in mind. All right, they got all the laws figured out. All right, how they can escape and not have to have to not have to really face no backlash. They'll get the backlash from the public for a while, but in a week that should go away. No one will be talking about this. Okay, but you're getting the warning from the prophets that these calamities, these things are happening at a rapid pace. Okay, faster than you think. You think like if you knew your job was going to shut down in 5 months, then that may seem like a good portion of time for you to get your shit together. But that 5 months is going to come fast. All right, and then bills ain't going to stop coming.
Benefits through December 28th unless they resign before that date. Union leaders here say they plan to demand answers on Wednesday. That's when they're scheduled to meet with Pepsi.
They can demand all kind of answers. They're not going to do nothing for them. All right, it's messed up, but hey, when you trust and believe in Babylon, that's what you get. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and the grinders represent the workers. All right, and those that look out of the windows will be dark, and they're looking out of the window, and it's dark because there's no future. All right, there's no future in Babylon. All right, you got AI, you got robots taking over jobs. All right, and you just have jobs just closing down. All right, and pretty much all the retail jobs are going to be taken by self-checkout with AI technology to monitor customers for theft. Okay, and everyone's face is going to be on a centralized grid. So if you do steal, they got your face, and they will just deduct it from your account. All right, and your social credit score. All right, the doors in the street shall be the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and the daughter of music shall be brought low. Let me go to the Apocrypha and get Sirach, Second Ezra 6, and I'm going to start at verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, hey, that's these retail places, these malls, these mini malls. Shit gonna be empty. Shit's gonna be a ghost town. All right, and the main storehouses that you better be worried about is these stores, not retail stores. All right, but these grocery stores. All right, when they're found empty, because food and water is one thing that you need to live, and they're gonna put the squeeze. Esau's gonna put the squeeze on that. He's coming down with great wrath, and part of that great wrath is putting the squeeze on all your resources. Okay, all they said the sown places shall appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty. All right, it says here in Isaiah 19 and was it 14, 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rust may do. In Egypt is synonymous. We're in spiritually Egypt because of the bondage of the Israelites. Egypt is Babylon, America. All right, there's not going to be no work, any work. Okay, like I said, AI, these robots is taking over the majority of the jobs. All right, and they're going to come with that UBI, which is a monthly stipend to help you survive, to help you keep afloat. But of course, that eventually is going to come with strings attached, and we know those strings attached is that MOTB, okay, which makes you a slave to this system and a slave to this man. This is Daniel 12:1, and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince which stands for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And we're coming into that time of trouble, all right, Jacob's trouble, in this retail apocalypse, the loss of jobs, the diminishing of resources, food is a part of that trouble. That begins that trouble. Okay, let me grab Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. For alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That he is talking about the elect, their remnant. All right, that will be saved from that's going to be saved out of this place, saved from the perils. Okay, saved from the plagues, be preserved through the plagues, and escape the destruction. But hey, Esau's getting prepared. He's going to come down with a great wrath. Let me read that. I even want to, let me see. Yep. Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Hey, who controls these businesses? Who can close down a Pepsi plant overnight? Esau. All right, so they're the ones that's bringing the calamities. It's nothing for them to pay you off your little severance pay. They say at the end of the year, that's nothing to them. Okay, because they're going to save so much more money when they incorporate these robots and this AI technology into these factories. All right, that's what more than likely that was about, laying them off, getting them out of there. And by when the new year starts, bam, them robots is in there. So they give them about, you figure, 2 months to get them robots in there, get the system in there, and they back and running. Okay, that's how diabolical this devil is. Let me get Second Ezra's 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 41 in the GNT. Merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell, and these merchants is really talking about these small businesses, okay? Because Esau runs all these big businesses, and they're not gonna profit as much, once this whole system shuts down. But the merchants that expect not to make a profit is pretty much, like I said, these small businesses. They must be ready to run for their lives. Their customers must expect to lose whatever they buy. Whoever builds a house shall not plan to live in it. Farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes. Let me see. I'm gonna jump down to 40. I'll just read all the way through. Those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they had been widows. Anything that is done will be useless. Foreigners will harvest the crops, seize the wealth, tear down the houses, and carry off children as slaves. Anyone who has children will be bringing them up to be slaves or to die of starvation. That's how bad it's going to get out here. Okay, and this is just one small plague. All right, that the Heavenly Father sent it. Okay, but the elect is going to be straight. The elect is going to have to go through it, but the elect is going to be straight. The elect ultimately believe and trust are going to trust in Yahawah Yahawashi and trust in His word that He said, my servant shall eat. This is Isaiah 65 and 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry of sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Who are the servants? The elect, the prophets. This is Job 5. It said, thou shalt laugh at famine. Let me see. Yeah, Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, and in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war and war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. Okay, so that's the hope that the elect have. Yeah, we understand we're coming into tough times, but that this is our hope is in trust is in Yahawashi. Therefore, when it happens, it happens. Okay, when you got to lose your job, hey, you got to you're doing it for Yahawashi. You're doing it for righteousness. We know the Lord is going to reward us when it's all said and done. Okay, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect, and I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakodash, Shalom.